Hello everyone, Dustin Isaac here again, this time with your Quick Tip Tuesday from Everett Chevrolet. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about leasing versus buying, the benefits of both, and maybe which one fits your lifestyle better. I think there's a kind of a stigma around leasing, but all in all, it depends on what your lifestyle is. And either one of them is a great way to purchase a car, and let's see which one benefits you best. As far as ownership goes, when you're buying a vehicle, it's yours. You own it, you can customize it, you can change it any way you want. That way you have full control of what you're doing. Whenever you lease a vehicle, there are a few more regulations, there's a few more rules and things you need to go by, but at the same time, they're easy rules, and if you get through them at the end of your lease, you can drop it off free and clear. So upfront costs whenever you're buying a vehicle, most of the time there's none. You can finance your taxes, your tag, any fees that the dealer may have into that loan. Whereas with leasing, typically you got to pay your taxes up front, your first payment up front. And if certain things are there, you can finance those taxes and fees in, but most of the time, most companies acquire them up front, along with maybe an acquisition fee, or even sometimes a deposit. Early termination, if you're thinking about leasing and you like to trade every year or so or quickly, leasing's probably not for you. When you buy, you can trade anytime you want, sell it anytime you want with no penalties. With leasing, most of the time you need to ride your contract out or you're going to pay a lot of money up front. If you, at the end of that, whenever you want to return your vehicle, again, you can buy, when you buy, you can sell, you can trade, no penalties. At the end of your lease though, you have a few more options with that vehicle than you would if you purchased it. You can trade it in at that point. You can drop it off and walk away scot-free, no negative equity, no problems, and then just lease you a new vehicle. And then also sometimes you can sell it at the end of that and buy it out. So if there's a certain amount at the end of that lease that your car is worth, no matter what, it's called your residual value. It's determined when you lease the vehicle. You can buy it out at that amount. Future value. So basically, if you're wanting to see what it's worth in the future, leasing, it sets it. It sets it that day. Whereas with you buy, the market can change. The market can fluctuate. The value of your vehicle can go up. Majority of the time it goes down, but if it goes up, you build equity. If it goes down, you have to figure out that difference and sometimes come out with that out of your pocket if you do want to sell it or trade it, or you have to roll that negative equity into your next purchase. I think the biggest thing about leasing that most people do not like is the mileage restriction. So whenever you lease a vehicle, you determine each year how many miles you can drive. So most people do a 3-year or 39-month, 36-month lease at 12,000 miles a year. Now, you can't just do 12, you don't have to do 12,000 one year, 12,000 next year. If you do 5 the first year, then you can do as many as you want pretty much the next year up to that limit. Now, as far as mileage goes, that's the big thing with leasing that most people don't like. You are restricted in your mileage. And typically at the beginning of that lease, you say for 3 years, I'm only going to drive it 12,000 miles a year. Now, let's say you drive it 10 the first year. Well, then you got 14 for the next year or the next year. So they do roll over if you don't drive them all, but you are restricted. That's why leasing versus buying, you need to know how many miles a year you drive, or leasing may not be beneficial to you if you drive more than said miles per year. Another big thing is the wear and tear on the vehicle. With buying, wear and tear is on you. If you want to pay to get it fixed, pay to get it fixed. It may depreciate your vehicle some when you go to trade it in if there is wear and tear. Now on a lease, normal wear and tear is kind of subject. It is incorporated into the lease. They understand there's going to be wear and tear. If there's more than normal wear and tear at the end of that lease, you could be subject to paying for that wear and tear when you go to turn it in. Again, you can't customize a lease. People that lease, they want a new car every 2-3 years. So they buy it the way that they want it so that they don't have to customize it anyway. And every 2-3 years, however long the lease, you can just get you the newer model and make it the way you want. At the end of buying, it's yours. You have equity, you can do whatever you like to with the vehicle. At the end of the term, again, the title's put in your hand when you buy it. You make that last payment at 72 months, 60 months, 84 months, however long the term. They give you the title and it's yours free and clear to do what you want to with. At the end of a lease, you can trade it in, you can drop it off and get another one, and you have a few more options at the end of a lease what you want to do with the vehicle. But at the end of the day, they're both very, very good ways of buying a vehicle. If leasing's for you and you like a new car every 3 years, you don't drive a lot of miles, and you want to keep your payment nice and low, leasing's the way to go for you. If you like to own your vehicle, customize it, buy it, and you feel comfortable selling it yourself or having the money to trade it in later down the road whenever you feel like it, then buying's the way to go for you. If you're interested in leasing or buying any Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, Buick product, call us here at Everett Chevrolet, 828-327-9171. My name's Dustin Isaac. You can ask for me, I'll be more than happy to help.